Okay, so recently an article came up on The Escapist with a guy claiming that with a DualShock 4 controller that was synced up to a PlayStation 4, he accidentally purchased merchandise from the PlayStation Store while he had it wired to a PlayStation 3. Now, he says that he was playing Dark Souls 2 at the time, and that his PS4 was on during that period. And while I'm not necessarily sure that Dark Souls 2 is required for this, I have actually confirmed that it works. So here, we'll actually run through it. So I have HDMI control activated on both my PS4 and my PS3. So as I turn on each system, my television here will automatically jump to the correct input. But we'll get the PS4 turned on first, and we'll get that loaded in. Alright, we'll get this signed in here. Okay, so we're into the PS4 here. Now I'm going to take a USB cord and use this as a wired controller on PS3. Now, somebody actually said that this does work, it just doesn't work with everything because of how the buttons map in some cases. There we go. Now, wired controllers can't actually turn on a PS3, so you do actually need to hit the power button on the PS3, but just to show that we are hooked up, we jump back and forth here. Yeah, as you can see, okay, so that is linked in. So let's turn on the PS3. Like I said, I have HDMI control turned on, so this should actually kick over. If not, I'll just jump the input. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we've jumped into the PlayStation 3 here. I do have this on a wired controller. And as you can see, I actually am controlling the PlayStation 3. And the PlayStation 4 at the same time. This is actually linking and putting out inputs to both systems. So as much as I absolutely cannot believe it, the article on The Escapist is true. Well, not necessarily true, but it's possible. However, there is a catch. There is a catch to it. So this isn't entirely, free of user error, but if you go into your settings on PSN, settings, account information, settings, PSN, account information, and we load, and we load, and we load. Yeah. So I might just cut this. Yeah. Cannot connect to the internet. What? PlayStation drink. There we go. So if you go into your PSN settings, wallet, purchase settings, this is what caused all of his problems. Now, by default, this is turned on to my knowledge, and if anyone would like to correct me on that, please do so. But by default, that setting requiring a password at checkout is enabled. So the only way that this, I honestly think that the guy could have accidentally purchased merchandise on PSN is if he, one, had an active card or had credit in his wallet, and two, he had the password purchasing disabled. Now, that might actually be, a pretty legitimate, reasonable thing, but it doesn't make it a good idea. Because that applies to everywhere on your PlayStation account, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's it. To my absolute disbelief, this actually works. Yeah. So yeah, Sony, I think you should give the guy a refund. Yeah, that's about it. Dudeman Jones, signing out.